30 days ago, I started an experiment. I wanted to answer one question: can AI actually help improve personal finances? Not by predicting the stock market, not by making me rich overnight, but by helping me build better financial habits. Over the past month, I used AI to create a budget, build a savings plan, review my spending habits, analyze my investment strategy, and even stress test a beginner portfolio. Today, I'm sharing the complete results: what worked, what didn't, and whether I'd keep using AI to manage my money. If you've ever wondered whether AI is worth adding to your financial toolkit, this video is for you. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only and should not be considered financial, investment, tax, or legal advice. AI is a learning tool, not a replacement for qualified financial professionals. Like many people, I wanted to become more intentional with my money. I wasn't looking for shortcuts. I wasn't expecting AI to discover a secret investment strategy. Instead, I wanted to know if it could help me make better day-to-day financial decisions. So I committed to using AI consistently for an entire month. Week 1: Budgeting. The first task was simple. I gave AI my income, fixed expenses, and spending habits. It helped organize everything into a realistic monthly budget. The biggest lesson wasn't about spending less. It was about finally seeing where my money was actually going. AI highlighted recurring expenses, small purchases that added up over time, and areas where I could be more intentional. Nothing revolutionary, but seeing everything clearly changed how I approached spending. Week 2: Saving money. Next, I asked AI to build a savings plan. I expected complicated calculations. Instead, AI recommended something surprisingly simple: pay yourself first. Move money into savings before spending on discretionary purchases. It also encouraged setting realistic savings goals instead of aiming for perfection. That made saving feel more consistent and less stressful. Week 3: Investing. During the third week, I focused on investing. Rather than asking AI which stocks to buy, I asked it to review my overall investment strategy. It looked at things like diversification, risk tolerance, time horizon, portfolio balance. The biggest surprise? AI didn't recommend chasing higher returns. Instead, it reinforced timeless investing principles: stay diversified, invest consistently, think long term. That was reassuring, because good investing isn't usually about finding shortcuts. It's about following a disciplined process. Week 4: Stress testing my portfolio. Finally, I asked AI to stress test my portfolio. What if the market crashed? What if inflation stayed high? What if interest rates kept rising? Rather than predicting the future, AI walked through different scenarios and explained how each could affect a beginner portfolio. But the most valuable insight wasn't about market conditions. It was about investor behavior. AI reminded me that panic selling and emotional decisions often create bigger problems than market volatility itself. That lesson alone was worth the experiment. AI wasn't perfect. Sometimes its recommendations were too generic. Other suggestions needed more personal context before they became useful. And occasionally, AI proposed ideas that sounded good on paper but didn't fit my lifestyle. That reminded me of something important: personal finance is personal. No AI can fully understand your goals, responsibilities, or preferences without enough context. That's why human judgment still matters. My biggest lesson: going into this experiment, I thought AI would change my finances. Instead, it changed my habits. It made me pause before spending, review my budget more often, think more intentionally about saving, and become more patient with investing. The technology wasn't the biggest improvement. My behavior was. Would I keep using AI? Yes, but with realistic expectations. I'll continue using AI to build budgets, review spending, explain investing concepts, brainstorm savings ideas, organize financial information, but I won't rely on it to predict markets, guarantee returns, or replace professional financial advice. To me, AI works best as a financial assistant, not a financial decision maker. Final thoughts. So, was using AI for personal finance worth it? Absolutely. Not because it made me wealthier in 30 days, but because it helped me become more aware, more organized, and more intentional with my money. And those habits have the potential to make a much bigger difference over the long term. If you're thinking about using AI to improve your finances, start with budgeting and expense tracking. Ask questions, verify the information, and use AI as a tool to support better decisions, not to make them for you. If you've used AI for your finances, I'd love to hear about your experience in the comments. If you enjoyed following this 30-day experiment, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me for more practical AI and personal finance content here on Zitty Money Mind. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next experiment.